Yeah, I told everyone though that I would do better than Francis, and that Francis kind of got no chin.
So
Francis low-key soft.
You made it further than Francis.
Yeah.
So by 6. He went 6 rounds.
You know what that means?
What? He could
beat Francis.
I'll fight Francis.
At 3 a.m. in a cold Miami hospital, Jake Paul stares at an X-ray of his shattered jaw, held together by titanium plates. While most would rethink facing a heavyweight like Anthony Joshua, he's already on his phone, calling. Out MMA is feared Francis. Ngannou provoking the combat sports world even before the anesthesia fully wears off. On December 19th, the world watched as Jake Paul's experiment hit a brick wall. For 5 rounds, he did the impossible, staying on his feet against 2-time heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, dodging and circling across the ring. But in the 6th, AJ's speed and power caught up, landing a crushing right hand that broke Jake's jaw in 2 places. Post-fight image of him spitting blood hinted at the severity, and by the time he reached Miami University Hospital, he faced a grim diagnosis, a double-fractured jaw requiring immediate surgery and the removal of several teeth.
There's another video out there where Jake Paul's lying in a hospital bed and his face is all swollen and he's like, I'm okay guys, pray for me, just pray for me.
Thought I would win against Anthony, but here I am with a broken jaw, learning the hard way. I'll heal and I'll be back.
And no doubt that'll be AI as well. So I fell for it, okay? I'm a boomer, whatever you want to call me, okay? Listen, right? The man had his jaw broken by Anthony Joshua. He had to have teeth removed. He had surgery, okay? Apparently he's going to have a couple of plates in his face. So forgive me if I fell for the AI image where his face is swollen, okay? But the point that I was going to make on that video that I did make, that I'm now redoing, where I know I've been had by the AI, the point that I'm making still stands. Boxing is not a game. Fighting is not something you pick up and mess around with, right? If you're a fighter, if you're a boxer, if you're a mixed martial artist, right, you have to take this seriously and you have to respect the game. That's why when he fought Anthony Joshua, I scoffed at it. I talked a little bit of because of the lunacy. And I said, someone's going to end up dead. Someone can die. 10 to 13 boxers die per year. It is not a game. Now, of course, the man wants to make money and he wants to box people and he wants to entertain his fans and thrill audiences. And that's great. And God bless him. Fair play to him. The man is very, very successful. I've never talked about that. I've only talked about a 58-year-old Mike Tyson or fighting retired, semi-retired UFC legends and then talking about them, right? All I've ever said is box someone your own age and size. And then this thing with Anthony Joshua, I was like, this is crazy.
Even with his jaw wired shut and facing a week on a liquid diet, Jake Paul couldn't stay silent. On the Impulsive podcast, he dropped a bombshell, calling out an insulting Francis Ngannou. His logic, he lasted 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua, while Ngannou was stopped in 2 by the same man, proving in Jake's eyes a hierarchy.
Your name popping up as a potential replacement for Gervonta Davis. We had to go right to the source. What can you tell us? Is there any possibility that Francis Ngannou will step in for Gervonta Davis and fight Jake Paul?
No, there's no such of thing happening. Basically, like how can they go from like Gervonta Davis to Francis Ngannou? Like, I mean, Gervonta Davis is a fantastic boxer, but and is a one-shot knockout artist. But come on, like the weight different and everything, it make no sense. You know, the Gervonta Davis, you count, you say, okay, the size different can level up. But at this point, for me to, it make no sense.
Did they reach out though? We see a bunch of names that are out there as potential opponents. Did Jake's team reach out to you and at least express to see if you were interested?
Yes, Nikisa reached out the other day and tell me how they need a replacement for Gervonta. And after I listened, I wasn't getting it. Then I say, okay, what can I do for you? What exactly? He said, yeah, we're looking for a replacement, but I still haven't get it. I was like, okay, Then what exactly can I do for you? He was like, yeah, can I, can you, we think about you to fight Jake? I'm like, what? So we think about you to fight Jake to replace Javante. I'm like, who's Jake? I was so confused, I wasn't expecting that at all. And he said, yeah, Jake Paul, he's fighting. And I'm like, no, bro, come on. Don't disrespect me like that.
He told his brother Logan that Ngannou is soft, with no chin, a bold claim against a fighter known for turning world-class opponents into memes with a single punch. The tension runs deeper. Back in November, when a fight with Javen Davis fell through, Jake's team offered Ngannou a short notice bout. Ngannou reportedly refused, calling the offer disrespectful and warning Jake to stay in his lane.
And what if the number are good? He sent out some number. I'm like, it's not about the number. If it was about the number, we could have started talk. I would have tell you, I'm not just interested. It make no sense for me. It's not my what I'm looking at right now.
So there is no dollar amount. It's more the opponent. The fight makes no sense. They could offer you $100 million and you wouldn't be interested.
The fight made no sense. That's what I think. That's my my position. And though I went back, I still, have to, because I was so confused that I thought maybe I wasn't thinking straight. Then I bring it out to team, talk to some people, but nobody understand exactly what's happening. They was just as confused as me.
Is it flattering, at least, that they're thinking about you and your name is floated around? We know Jake fights get a lot of viewers. It's on Netflix. It must be flattering, though, at least that they think of you for this.
No, I think you're viewing it in the wrong way. I think it's disrespectful instead. What flattering?
No, yeah.
What flattering? Like, come on. So if my I don't know. I don't see it that way. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's not the way that I see it. But I have no interest.
That rejection clearly stung. Jake Paul is using his survival against AJ as proof he belongs in the same conversation. As Francis Ngannou, he argues that lasting longer than Ngannou did makes him the superior boxer, a provocative narrative clearly designed to bait Ngannou and has the internet erupting in frenzy.
Joshua, I looked at this stat in round 4 against Daniel Dubois, right? A year and a half ago. He got knocked out, I think, in round 5, threw less punches than he threw in round 4 against Jake Paul. Like, think about that, right? He was more active against Jake Paul than he was against Daniel Dubois in the 4th round of one was a 5-round fight, one was a 6-round fight. I will say that Jake Paul lasted longer than 18 of Anthony Joshua's opponents, some of which were heavyweights that were 24-0, 25-0, 26-0. There was no world Jake Paul was going to come to Anthony Joshua, stand right in front of him and say, let's throw down blow for blow. Even though I walk around at 207 to 209 on a regular day, and you walk around at 250 to 260, let's just go ahead and meet in the middle. He deployed his strategy and he did a lot more effectively than people thought. There was a lot of comments around, a 22 by 22 ring. That's unheard of. Very common in boxing. Canelo's deployed that ring many times, and Canelo's a much smaller man. So all the talk is expected. I mean, that's part of the brand. It's part of disruption, and it's part of what gets people talking. So it's ultimately fine. I know what we did. I know what Jake did. And even Anthony Joshua was very clear that he respected the performance by Jake Paul.
Behind the scenes, tension is brewing. Within Jake Paul's camp, his manager Nikisa Badarian is reportedly terrified of the Ngannou matchup. After the AJ loss, she emphasized that the defeat wasn't about skill, but the massive size difference, highlighting the risks of taking on another elite heavyweight.
Doesn't think it was any more than a money-making exercise. What are they, stupid? They got in there and they went in there for the money. That's what the two of them got together. It was a freak show. That's what it was. People, that's what you paid for. What do you expect to happen? And what, they actually think that Jake was going to, think this guy who's only had 12 fights against, the opposition he's had is going to beat a guy who's two-time world champion. He's not 58 years of age like Mike Tyson, who's been spending the last 25 years being the best customer of his cannabis farm. He's like, what they're doing is what it was is what it was.
Yeah.
It's just what he didn't have the experience. Weren't big enough, wasn't strong enough, and he wouldn't be. And maybe if he'd have fought a cruiserweight champion, he might have had a bit more of a chance, but he's gained limited experience. And having said that, I keep saying about Fabio how well he's done, who had no experience at all. But the difference between them, Fabio is a big, solid puncher. He's obviously a heavyweight, but he's a solid, big, hurtful puncher. And Jake's not. Jake couldn't, Jake weren't going to put a dent in him. Although he caught him with a couple, he caught him with a good right hand and a couple of jabs. So that's what you paid for. All these people sitting, this is disgusting for boxing. It's not. It wasn't boxing. It wouldn't have been sanctioned in the UK. I mean, it wouldn't have been sanctioned for a title fight or anything with any of the governing bodies. It was on in Florida because they allow that stuff. It was on in Texas, and it was done for a reason. It was done for money, and it made a lot of money. It made a lot of money for both of them. And, these two guys got in the ring. They knew
His team wants him to retreat to the cruiserweight division, where he can face opponents his own size and chase a safer world title. But Jake ignores their advice. Obsessed with proving he's more than a celebrity boxer, he wants to be a heavyweight threat. This internal clash at MVP reveals the ego, driving him in his refusal to accept the physical limits even his closest advisors urge him to respect.